Ayo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out SledgeHammer TV tonight. It is Tuesday, March the 27th, 2018, and SmackDown Live was extremely underwhelming and is killing the road to WrestleMania for me, and we are going to talk about all of that right here and right now on the newest, fastest wrestling podcast in all of YouTube, baby, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
SledgeHammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is the world's greatest tag team of the Wrestling God of Thunder, Thor the Sledgehammer, and my best buddy, my loyal companion, and the best tag team partner in the world, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. This is your official SmackDown Live review. We are 2 weeks out from WrestleMania, 2 weeks away from the big day, and the WWE seemingly is self-sabotaging themselves from within. This build for the WWE Championship Dream Match has been the most lackluster, lazy, and irresponsible booking I have ever seen. The continued use of Shinsuke Nakamura in the ring, competing against opponents he has no business being in the ring with right now. Are you seriously going to tell me that you believe Shelton Benjamin is at a place in his career where he deserves a match with Shinsuke Nakamura? Why are we making Shinsuke Nakamura fight one half of a tag team while he's preparing for the dream match? It's almost like they're just allowing it to sell it on that. The WWE truly has no care, and they don't give a shit about this match. They are just letting it be what it is. It's a dream match. It's what the fans want. Let's just do absolutely nothing. There was a clear-cut and very, very logical way to get to WrestleMania without either one of these men having to compete in the last 4 weeks. But you failed to make it interesting. You want to rest on just doing the same old nonsense, and this nonsense doesn't even make sense. Why is the #1 contender consistently wrestling? Obviously, we know there's this underlying story of the injury to AJ Styles that he's nursing, and that's why we haven't seen him in the ring. And I say good. We shouldn't be seeing him in the ring. Every single move, every single thing about that match should be being saved for WrestleMania. They should not be at risk of being injured. Wrestling people that don't need to be wrestling on SmackDown Live even. When was the last time we've seen Shelton Benjamin on the card? Now he's getting this match against Shinsuke. For what reason? There was nothing behind it. And then you want to pull in AJ Styles. Shinsuke wants AJ Styles to be his partner, to be his backup. Not his partner, but his backup outside. Only for him to win the match by himself anyway, not needing AJ Styles' help, and kind of rub it in his face. Now, to be fair, the last 5 minutes of SmackDown Live tonight, that little interaction between Shinsuke and AJ Styles is all you needed. You didn't need that useless match that preceded the important part of the whole story, which is these two men wanting to fight for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable have nothing to do with this. So this last 5 minutes where they actually were conversing, and it started to get a little bit heated, and Shinsuke Nakamura is telling AJ Styles, hey, I'm going to beat you because you're too emotional. You're all riled up. He said it with no words. He said, AJ, you're all, and I'm all, and that's why I'm going to beat you. On that note, I want to ask you guys to clarify something for me. What the fuck is AJ Styles all pissed off about? What happened that made AJ all discombobulated in his brain, like he's just getting all wound up? Why? Because Shinsuke's saying, I'm going to beat you? Is that enough to really light up AJ Styles from the inside to the point where he's getting flustered and can't even deliver a line? I don't understand it. This story they're trying to tell between these two guys is ridiculous because the story has been laid out in history. You don't want to reference New Japan, but they have a clear-cut history in the independent scene. They have a clear-cut history in Wrestle Kingdom. You don't want to bring awareness to it because you're the WWE. You don't want to advertise your competition. But there is a story. There is a way to tell that story without using the names, without using the organizations that they were in. Their history is all you need to build this feud. What have I been telling you guys on this show? The last 3 weeks, we should have had a contract signing. We still haven't seen the official contract signing to the biggest dream match WrestleMania has ever seen. We have not had a nice little face-to-face sit-down. That's what a match of this magnitude calls for. We don't need useless matchups for these guys to risk injuring themselves in. We need Shinsuke and AJ to sit down with a mediator, a moderator, a Jim Ross, maybe, because it's that special. Get JR to host a special sit-down interview with the two contenders for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That makes it big. Just that segment makes it big. JR's coming back to do the interview. Imagine that. And then you have them just skate around all their facts, but embellish their history. Bring the WWE Universe that don't know what they're in store for up to speed. This isn't our first encounter. It's been sticking in AJ's craw since Shinsuke Nakamura beat him for the Intercontinental Championship in New Japan. And now here we are, the biggest stage ever. They get a chance to do it again. And this is making AJ Styles mad? He's mad that he has to have this dream match? Why is he all pissed off? And then you have Shinsuke Nakamura being kind of cocky and arrogant and rubbing stuff in AJ's face and telling him, listen, I'm cool. I'm not worried about you. So they're essentially both doing a heel thing. Who is the babyface in this scenario? Both of them. Yet they are both acting with heel mannerisms. None of this is needed. None of this is necessary. Why is AJ so mad? What's he got to be mad about? I don't understand it. Instead of mutual respect and admiration for one another and getting into how important this match really is to both of them and how much they both really need to win this match because they both want to be the best in the world, and that belt that they are fighting for signifies that they are the best. But that's not what we're doing. We have this ridiculous, weird friendship going awry. Similar to what we got going on with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax on Monday Night Raw. That's what I can compare the WWE Championship to. A bad friendship souring over the prospect of a championship match. At least in this case, AJ and Shinsuke give a shit that it's for a belt. Not like the shit that's going on the other show. I will give them that. And like I said, the interaction at the end, that's all you needed. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for in the build on the road to WrestleMania. But having that match with Shelton Benjamin to end this episode of SmackDown Live tonight shows you crystal clear that the WWE's got their head completely up their asses. What would they have done now if, God forbid, Shinsuke Nakamura got hurt in this match? How are they going to skate around that? Unnecessary. Ridiculous. I didn't really care for this whole build throughout WrestleMania season towards this dream match. They don't understand what they have. They're not doing anything correctly. And it pisses me off. And that's why the hammer's got to come down every single Tuesday night. Because even though they did it a little bit better than Raw, this was easier to digest than last night's Raw Vomit Fest. It still is not what I am expecting. It's not what a real WWE creative team is capable of pulling off. If they truly understood their job and they were fans of the business and they weren't just TV ex-writers and soap opera hacks that don't know how to book wrestling and just want to write television. And this is what you get. Shinsuke Nakamura being written lines that he can't even pronounce. He can't say need to face. This is no disrespect, meaning nothing like that. It's a goddamn fact. Listen to it. He cannot say the word face. So why are you going to force him to continue to use that line? Give him something else. He doesn't need a tagline. How about Kinshasa? That's the name of the fucking move. That's all he's got to say. And guess what? It's Japanese. He'll be able to say it just fine. And you know what? I could say it fine, and I'm not Japanese. Everybody can say Kinshasa. That's all he's got to say. You don't have to say need to face, as he's struggling to say the word face every time, even without his mouthpiece in. They are doing so much wrong with these two guys that I'm absolutely scared that this match isn't even going to live up to our expectations as a dream match, because they're not going to give them enough time to tell a proper story. They're going to let them get over there, get out there, get it over with. That's what I think is going to happen. Absolutely terrible. The rest of this show was pretty much absolutely terrible as well. It started off with a random tag team encounter where we had Jinder Mahal teaming up with Rudolph. Rudolph Tom Phillips. Are you fucking serious? Are you seeing reindeers wrestling in the ring tonight? We're not even in Christmas season. Where are you getting the word Rudolph from Rusev? Bobby Roode threw you off that much? Rudolph? Were you thinking of Dolph Ziggler? And Rusev? What the hell was with the Rudolph? Happy Rudolph Day, everyone. Are you fucking kidding me? That being said, these two clowns want to go up against Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. This is a random pairing matchup because they don't know what else to do with the United States Championship. The one saving grace of this entire match is that Rusev got the pin over the United States Champion to allow Jinder Mahal to finally get a win on TV, even though he had absolutely nothing to do with the finish of this match. And Rusev is now being added to the triple threat match, making it a fatal four-way for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. The WWE has effectively made WrestleMania Rusev Day, and the whole entire crowd in New Orleans is going to be pulling for Rusev to win this match. And if the WWE does not pull the trigger on Rusev winning the United States Championship at this moment, when he is the hottest he's ever been in his life, and may never be this hot again, then Rusev Day will truly be erased from the calendar for good. They will have no intention on building this man around what he has. He's found something special in Rusev Day. The WWE hate it because it wasn't their idea, and they have constantly pushed it down and pushed it down and pushed it down. We have a rare moment right now that we see a glimmer of hope that Rusev will finally get that United States Championship back and bring it back to some sort of a prominent role, like he has done in the past. Do you have faith in the WWE to do that? I do not. I do not. I truly believe Jinder Mahal will still end up winning this belt on this night. Maybe the best case scenario, we see Rusev chasing Jinder for the title after WrestleMania. Possibly, if the WWE gives two shits about him, but most likely they don't, because we love him. So we're not going to get what we want. I am happy with him being included in this match. At least Rusev will be on the WrestleMania card. Thank God for that. Right now, we were all expecting him to be inserted in the Andre Battle Royal, but he's being inserted in a much higher profile match. Thankfully, that is happening, but I don't see him winning it. I want him to, but I don't see him winning it. We'll go over more of that on the preview and prediction show this upcoming weekend. But that tag team match, another little note that I want to bring to everybody's attention. That match was fucking long. Now, I'm not one to complain about long matches, but when you have to keep going to commercial, it's annoying, and it just takes you out of a long match. So it's kind of a double-edged sword for me. It's like, maybe we should prefer shorter matches. This way the commercials don't interrupt the flow of what was actually a pretty decent match. But it was almost a half an hour long. And I attribute this to the simple fact that Charlotte Flair was not on SmackDown Live tonight. We had no build for the Women's Championship of SmackDown Live 2 weeks out from WrestleMania. We had Asuka fighting Jamie Frost on Monday Night Raw last night. An absolute waste of her time, as entertaining and great as it was. And we had absolutely nothing tonight. This is because Charlotte Flair has reportedly had an undisclosed injury, but I got the scoop from my buddy Ryan Satin just before we hit the record button. I seen the news go up that Charlotte Flair had oral surgery this week, and she has an inflammation in her gums this evening, which is preventing her from competing on SmackDown Live. It is why she was removed from tonight's edition of the Mixed Match Challenge and replaced with Becky Lynch via the fans voting her in, but she will resume her duties next week. So now let me throw this at you. They haven't been building towards the Women's Championship match at all, but now we are going to get a free preview of Asuka versus Charlotte Flair as their two teams are in the finals of this Mixed Match Challenge tournament. This is either something that has really been booked terribly, or they had no idea where they were going when they started the Mixed Match Challenge, and it just truly ended up this way. Why would they give this match away for free? The first encounter between these two females that are slated for WrestleMania, you're going to show it just 4 days before they are going to take the stage and make history at WrestleMania. You're going to have them do it on the Mixed Match Challenge on Facebook fucking Watch. Are you serious? You guys don't see a problem with that? Apparently not, because that's what's going down. You would think right now was the prime opportunity to make the change. You could have had Finn Balor and Sasha Banks move on to the finals. You won't have the champion and the challenger in the same match. Asuka could still win, because that's going to probably be the end result. If Asuka and The Miz were not going to win this whole thing, then it would have went to Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss. But Asuka's on this team. They're going to protect Asuka's undefeated streak, even in this context of the Mixed Match Challenge. She is going to beat the champion to finish off this tournament. And then we are going to see her beat the champion again just 4 days later in a singles capacity. Terrible planning. It's either terrible planning or this just blew up in their face. Because maybe the team that they wanted to win needed to be brought back in via the fan vote, and it didn't swing their way. Because the WWE are dummies. Complete dumbasses. And this is what you get when that happens. So her match tonight was scheduled to be against Natalya. And I want to be over the moon about that. Because who needs to see that again? We've seen it about 100 times this year. And what good is that doing building towards the match at WrestleMania? I don't care what little backstory you were going to throw at us. But this match was scrapped due to Charlotte's inability to compete tonight. And they added the time, obviously, to the opening match, which is why it ran so long in the first place. And in lieu of a Charlotte Flair match, we got her best friend pulling duty as she went one-on-one with Ruby Riott in what was actually a pretty good match. I did enjoy this match. I'm going to go right out there and tell you guys, once again, I've said this before and I will say it again. Ruby Riott, removed from the Riott Squad, had she come up alone, might actually be a pretty big star. But by having her come up with a faction that was literally mimicking what Paige was doing just 24 hours before they did it on SmackDown Live, effectively making them look like complete rip-offs of Crap Solution. Now, you're ripping off something that we call Crap Solution. How good do you think the Riott Squad looks? Crap Solution is terrible. The Riott Squad is even worse. We need to get Lady Braun, Girl Braun, Lady Strowman, get her the hell away from Ruby Riott. Get that little blonde pixie away from Ruby Riott because they just don't mesh well together. And Ruby Riott is very talented in the ring. There was not much to complain about as far as their in-ring action went on tonight. Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott had some good chemistry. I enjoyed that match. It's something that we don't really get to see that often. And Ruby Riott has a lot of potential. The WWE's wasting it by having her lead this unnecessary faction. But Becky Lynch in this ordeal would get the win tonight over Ruby Riott with a flash roll-up after the Riott Squad would try to interfere but fail to gain the advantage over Straight Fire Becky Lynch, who gets the win over Ruby Riott. Fantastic. It was a good match. It wasn't great. It's not like I'm saying this was the best match of the year. Calm down. You know, not a 5-star match by any means, but considering what we've been getting, this was a good match. Does it mean anything? No. It means nothing. Neither one of these women are competing for anything. They are both going to be in the Women's Battle Royal. And that's it. So this match was only a platform for them to push the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania, whose trophy looks absolutely ridiculous. It looks like a giant golden uterus with the ovary spots and everything. Now, I know what you're going to tell me, that no, it's a cup. You know, cups have that shape. Yeah, the Stanley Cup don't look like that. There's many different kinds of cups. This particular cup looks like a female jockstrap. Are you kidding me with that trophy? They couldn't come up with a nicer little design to top that thing. They had to chop Moolah, knock her down off the top, and they put up a uterus. They covered it in gold, and they're calling it a trophy. A trophy that means absolutely nothing. At least there's 2 nice handles at the very top for the girl to carry this around. You kidding me? Ridiculous. We'll talk more about that on the preview show as well. Daniel Bryan came out tonight to the loudest reaction of the night. The crowd would not stop voicing their approval of the most over man, the true face of the WWE that we've ever seen. There is no denying that if you watched SmackDown Live tonight or last week. We didn't get any physicality. We didn't get any sort of action from Daniel Bryan tonight, but we got action in a different way. We got him taking action as general manager. And he came on and announced to the world that he's going to challenge Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to a match at WrestleMania, and his tag team partner will be Shane McMahon. And this announcement throws a pie in the face of each and every one of these guys that jumped on that story this afternoon claiming that Shane McMahon was out of WrestleMania. That could still be the end result, and they might be holding some surprise for Daniel Bryan to pull out of his hat or out of his beard during WrestleMania if Shane McMahon is not cleared to wrestle by that time. Shane McMahon was diagnosed with diverticulitis as they were overseas just recently. He was rushed to an ambulance, to a hospital by ambulance, obviously, right here in New York City to be treated. He tweeted out earlier this evening that he's fine, he's on the road to recovery, but we are only a short 2 weeks out from WrestleMania. Will he be ready in time, even though they decided to pull the trigger and announce this matchup? It could still be a red herring, and there might be somebody substituted for Shane at the 11th hour. We will have to wait and see what develops with that. But a lot of the notable sources in pro wrestling today all dropped that story this afternoon, and I was almost one of them. I almost jumped right on it. But I said, let me be a little bit patient. Let me not jump the gun. Let's see what really happens. And as of right now, during SmackDown Live tonight, it seems to still be a go. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win this match, they will be reinstated to SmackDown Live. If they lose, obviously they will remain unemployed. Interesting little stipulation to that match that obviously makes it more predictable. You think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to lose that match and not be brought back for the start of the new wrestling year after WrestleMania? I don't think that's going to be the way they go. So now you're going to have Daniel Bryan come back and lose his first match back in his triumphant return to the ring at WrestleMania, even if Shane McMahon is the one that eats the pin, that's a terrible thing to do. So by adding that stipulation, you're backing yourself into a corner. You're either going to make the fans believe that Owens and Zayn are not going to be part of the future of the WWE, or we're going to sacrifice Daniel Bryan's first match back, because much like everybody else that the WWE Universe really gives a shit about, like AJ and Shinsuke, we don't really care about Daniel Bryan, so we're just going to use him how we see fit. That's what I see happening. So he issued this challenge. We all know they're going to accept. Sami Zayn actually accepted on Twitter during SmackDown Live. So we'll see during the go-home show next week where this thing ends up. If Shane remains his partner, how that whole story develops, we will keep you in the know as soon as there is anything you need to know. Something that was good, that I did enjoy, was the New Day booked against the Bludgeon Brothers, and this match ended in disaster. Absolute disaster. Not in a bad way. In a beautiful, brain-bashing symphony of chaos. Because the Bludgeon Brothers would not be denied of some brutality tonight, and it was absolutely fantastic. I love this dynamic of these three teams. The Usos would not allow this match to finish before they had their 2 cents be put in and got involved in this matchup, having the whole thing thrown out. It was just a big mess at the end. But the Bludgeon Brothers hitting the ring, swinging their hammers as strong as I do, man. It was absolutely vicious. The way Luke Harper dropped the hammer down going after the Usos and the New Day collectively. Thank God he missed, because if he didn't, somebody else would be hospitalized just like Shane McMahon was over this weekend, but it would be much more brutal and probably with some broken bones. Isn't it kind of weird that every time we start talking about the Bludgeon Brothers, a lot of B words start popping up on this show? I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just kind of flowing out, I promise. But like I said, this match ended in a no contest. They officially announced the Triple Threat Tag Team Championship match for SmackDown Live. The Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Do not sleep on this match. Probably going to be one of the show-stealing matches of the night. Actually has the potential to be the best match on the card, and that's including all main events, because nobody has consistently delivered like the New Day and the Usos in a tag team capacity all year long. You want to throw in this new and this intriguing and this completely different tag team that bring a power and just brutal dynamic to a very athletic and wrestling style of a feud, and it's going to be great. It's going to be magic. I'm looking forward to that match, one of the biggest matches I cannot wait to see on this WrestleMania 34 card. What I don't have any interest in is this Andre the Giant Battle Royal, because the Andre the Giant Battle Royal doesn't mean anything. Look at everybody that's won this thing. Outside of the inaugural winner, which was Cesaro, whose push and popularity now cannot be attributed at all to him winning the Dre. Okay? That had nothing to do with Cesaro's rise in popularity. He was already as popular as he could be when he won that thing. The WWE just didn't know what to do with him. Vince McMahon, never really a big fan of Cesaro, whether that has to do with his accent or whatever the hell it is that the WWE uses as a reason to keep this guy down, as he is clearly pound for pound one of the biggest, strongest, best guys on the roster. It's been relegated to the tag team division. I haven't minded the Bar at all. They've been a great team this year. One of the only good teams in the tag team division on both shows, outside of the Usos and the New Day. But you have Cesaro, you have The Big Show, you got Baron Corbin, and you got Mojo Rawley. Out of all 4 of those names, only Cesaro's is anything to be talked about. And like I said, his rise to prominence had nothing to do with him winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So who cares about this match? Nobody. But we still have to hype it. And what's the best way to feature this? What's the best way to hype the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on SmackDown Live tonight? We're going to throw you guys a match between Dolph Ziggler, Mr. Irrelevant, Captain No One Gives a Shit, Mr. Who Cares Anymore, versus Tyler Breeze, one half of the Fashion Police, in a match that ended up being 80% joke and 20% I don't give a fuck. To give Dolph Ziggler a win over Tyler Breeze? Who cares? You know, 2 or 3 years ago, Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze could have been a match that would have lit up SmackDown Live. Would have put wrestling fans on the edge of their seats. Would have turned everybody upside down because Tyler Breeze is that good. And Dolph Ziggler, yeah, he's good. But how boring and stale have both these guys become? The Fashion Police has become a running joke. There is nothing special about it anymore. Nobody cares about the Fashion Police. It has gone by the wayside. It is done. It is over. Time to disband it and repackage both of these guys. Get them away from each other because it's become nonsense. If you're going out there to wrestle and you guys can't even have a match without fucking around and being a couple of jackasses, and you got Fandango running around the ring like an idiot while his partner's in the ring trying to have a match, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is how we're featuring. This is what we're going to do to tell you guys to watch the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. This is what you're showing me. I really don't want to see this Battle Royal. Are you out of your fucking mind? What is this match? Dolph Ziggler defeats Tyler Breeze. Who cares? Who cares? Useless. Absolutely useless match. Then we had Shinsuke Nakamura going one-on-one with Shelton Benjamin. Chad Gable on the outside, like we talked about at the beginning of the show. Probably my least favorite match that I've seen Shinsuke Nakamura in, not because of Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin is a 5-star athlete, but he is not ready for the likes of a Shinsuke Nakamura right now. There is no believability behind it. And it's doing nothing to build towards the dream match. How many more times are they going to plunge that one down our throat? The dream match. We know it's a dream match. We've been dreaming about it. We're the reason you're giving it to us. You obviously don't view it in the same light. Because if you did, you'd be nurturing it. You'd be caring for this angle. You'd be doing it justice by not having these guys competing. Keeping it special. Look at what they did with Nakamura and Joe. That is the clearest example I can give you of how to do this angle right. Back in NXT, when Joe was the champ, or Nakamura was the champ, no matter which one was the champ at the time, both of these men wrestled each other very, very spaced apart, very limited physicality, but very, very intense interview segments. Extremely intense face-to-face. That's how you build. You didn't have Joe wrestling NXT Nobody A, B, C. You didn't have him going out wrestling Ty Dillinger while he was on his way to fight Nakamura at TakeOver. There's just no care being put into anything outside of Roman and Brock. And for that one, they care too much. And they keep plunging that one down our throats as well. Even though it is the single most predictable match on the whole entire card. You want us to buy into this match. At this point, it has nothing to do with the fact that we don't like who you've picked to win. And it has everything to do with the fact that we all already know what's going to happen. There is no element of surprise to save us. There is no money in the bank holder to come out and spare us from having to see this again. There is nothing. There is only Roman winning. The world knows it. Nothing special about it. So we don't care. This match, Shinsuke versus AJ, is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Everybody's assuming Shinsuke is going to win, but we truly do not know. You truly don't know. Are they going to give AJ his first big WrestleMania win? Or are they going to allow Shinsuke Nakamura to become the first ever truly Japanese-born superstar to win the WWE Championship at all, let alone in the main event at WrestleMania? It's much more intriguing. There's no definitive answer. I can't truly call that match. My heart says Shinsuke. My head says Shinsuke. But you just don't know. Because AJ Styles is the phenomenal one. Maybe the WWE is going to want to give him that win so that they're technically even and build it up towards a rematch at SummerSlam, where you finally crown Shinsuke the champion. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do with that one? That's why this one is special and why they are not doing the right thing by these angles, by this match with these ridiculous angles that they've been coming up with. I don't get it. Road Dogg, you're killing me, buddy. You are killing me. I don't know what you guys are smoking. I thought you guys put that shit down years ago. Because it's affecting the quality of the work. How do you not see that less is more in this instance? Clear as day to me. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for checking us out tonight. This has been your official SmackDown live review right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. Do not forget to do me a big favor, and if you are not already a member of the Sledgehammer Club and you are still here with us at 36 minutes and counting, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you had a good time, I had a good time, and we are going to have more good times as we still have 2 weeks to bring this hammer down on the WWE on this ridiculous road to WrestleMania, which keeps winding and twisting and turning in directions that I don't want to go in. But I want you guys to stay here with me, and in order to do that, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and you will always be kept up to date and notified every single time a video just like this one drops in your sub box so that you can view it as soon as possible. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up as well. Let me know, let the world know that this is A-OK, and thumbs up is the way to go. If you want a thumbs down, do that too. I don't give a shit. Just hit one of them thumbs. This way I know that you guys had a good time one way or the other. And then share this video as much as you can. My loyal subscribers that are still with me after all these months, I was going to say all these years. It's only been just almost at the 2-year mark. All of you that have been with me, whether you're a day one guy or you have just come aboard this weekend, you are fucking awesome, and I love each and every one of you more than words can ever say, and this is a call to arms. Let's be a unit like the Borg. We are the Borg. We are one. We are one unit looking to take over the world of professional wrestling, and I need you guys to share this video as much as possible. Get your friends in on this club because it is going to take over the wrestling world, and you guys are the key to it. All I need is for you guys to come aboard, and let's hit that 1K before WrestleMania Sunday. Just a little under 14 days to do it. It is not impossible. It is not insurmountable. All I need is your love and support and for you to hit that subscribe button right now. Share this video with everybody who needs a place to call home. And this is the home for the absolute best in all of your professional wrestling news as we bring the hammer down on the world of professional wrestling, most especially the WWE. Even if we have to bring it down on a guy like Bobby Roode, who we love and respect, we bring this hammer down, and we bring it down just for you. That is going to do it, you guys. My name is Nick Nightmare. These are my buddies, the world's greatest tag team, Thor, the wrestling god of thunder, and the world heavyweight champion of microphones, Blue the Snowball. I am Nick Nightmare. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Have a good night, and we'll see you all week long for the best in professional wrestling news coverage. Shirts!